government on technology issues and policy there arriving at the same conclusion, that this asset, this network, provides value to their respective homelands.
Yeah, there's kind of a monetary dynamic and a geopolitical dynamic. And the geopolitical dynamic, I think, as anyone who pays attention to the news will see, is increasingly unstable, increasingly fragmenting. And I think we're on a trajectory where the world is going to increasingly divide up into clubs and fences, both for geopolitical reasons, but also economic reasons. Strategic competition around emergent technology, sort of increasing rivalries are driving blocks of nations to wield their power and influence to establish these clubs and fences. And the thing about Bitcoin is Bitcoin doesn't join clubs, doesn't even recognize the existence of those clubs, and it's indifferent to those fences. And so for countries and middle powers looking to sort of establish themselves as sort of neutral players in these increasing sort of strategically competitive global environments, Bitcoin is an attractive proposition because it's fundamentally neutral, right? So if they want to try to play a neutral balancing role in an increasingly competitive system, it's a natural force to try to align with. And I think for the United States in particular, as Brian mentioned, we have been the dominant monetary power for a number of decades. We sort of structured the system of global trade and the recycling of foreign surpluses that had sort of reinforced the role of the Treasury security as the global reserve asset. And that gave us a lot of sort of endogenous national security and geopolitical power. And I think increasingly, politicians as well as sort of national security decision makers are realizing that has led to serious costs. It's led to the atrophy of our defense industrial base. It has led to sort of an imbalance of our economic machine and rise of political instability from the resulting inequality. And so there's I think a recognition that things need to adjust. The question is how does it adjust? And you can have adjustments to those systems in a disruptive fashion or a controlled, planned fashion. I think one of the value propositions of exploring Bitcoin as a strategic reserve is it potentially acts as a hedge, and it helps facilitate potential gradual transformation of sort of the basic system. No system lasts forever. The question is, if you transform that system, do you do it in a gradual, controlled, and a deliberate way that accrues power to the United States, where we hold a disproportionate share of Bitcoin in the world. So we're seeing a lot of changes and a lot of disruptions to the existing systems of economics, of sort of geopolitical relations. And Bitcoin, I think, is rising to the geopolitical conversation at that same time. And so naturally, countries are looking to see how it can play a role in aligning with their own national visions for strategic advantage.
Sure. And if we sort of accept that to be true, that countries around the world are looking to this asset and to this network and seeing how they can leverage it to their own benefit,